My name is Heather Lamoriello, and I am in Orlando, Florida. I am the BIM coordinator. So, BIM stands for Building Information Modeling, and the concept behind it is we build it before we build it. So, we have these massive, 40, $60 million communities that we build. And with that process comes a lot of conflicts, specifically in the construction aspect of it, construction and design aspects. And so, the role of this department is to flush out any issues or conflicts that we would have during construction and potentially save the company time, change order fees, design fees. And so that's what we do. I work for a company called ContraVest. We are a three-part business. First part is real estate development. So we develop multifamily residential communities. The second part of the business is general contracting. So we also build these communities, and then we also are property managers. So we find, build, and maintain multifamily residential communities here in the Eastern U.S. Back then, we were right in the COVID era, right? So we were just struggling in general, financially. We did, in order to fill a position here in the BIM department, it comes with software requirements, hardware requirements, knowledge-based requirements, more so than just a regular, construction admin or even a trade person that we would have here at ContraVest. And I was really busy, and I had just started with ContraVest, and I was finding it hard to be involved on the day-to-day with the meetings and ensuring that I'm accurately documenting all the issues that we have with our current projects, but then also doing the work, right? So when I started here, I didn't know what a BIM coordinator was. Nobody within the organization knew what a BIM coordinator was or what BIM really entailed. And so I had to build this department from the ground up, and I had to document this department and all of our SOPs and our processes and procedures and figure out what it was that we were going to do to, contribute to the company and the industry. And I was just really busy trying to get all of that accomplished. And it's just me. So I needed help. And we weren't in a position financially to hire somebody to come in. I mean, if we hire somebody here, we have to provide hardware, software, overhead, office space. So we decided to look at worldwide resources because it took all of those challenges away and allowed me to get the help that I needed without all the extra overhead. So, yeah, it's a great process, actually. I was really surprised. At first, I was a little hesitant. I wasn't sure how it was going to be working with somebody from another country as far as the communication and how it was going to work, with the education requirements in another country. And I was quite pleased, to be honest. I mean, the candidates that were provided were above and beyond my expectations. And, every candidate that was provided to me was fabulous. I did end up going with Ian Beer. I felt like we had more of a connection, and I feel like his background matched more of what we were looking for internally. But I doubt that I would have had any issues with any of the candidates that were provided to us. It's been great. So the biggest thing for me, it's allowed me to step away from my computer, get in with, the other members of the organization and, really have the meetings and be on the job sites and be able to be there and also get my work done. And Yenvir, being that he's not here in the room, he is strictly behind a computer. Therefore, he's able to pick up that load for me. He's able to, take, the information that I am able to gain from the field and from our leaders, and he's able to help implement that into the actual output that we have, with our clash detection, looking at our plans, documenting our processes and making sure that our checklists are up to date. And really, it just keeps me in track, to be honest. And, we are all over the place all the time. I'm going from, one meeting to another, and he really just keeps me steady and helps me, keep everything together. I do. And I think it not only has allowed us to take on more individualized tasks and be more helpful within the organization, but it's also helped us to, like I said, document really. I mean, documenting a new department and, making sure that if something were to happen to me, that somebody could come in and pick up where I left off and move forward. I think that's really important for any organization and for any role within an organization. And that really has been where the biggest help has come, is just making sure that everything that we do and every time we pick up a new task, Ian Beer is right there beside me. How did we do this? What were the steps that, we're taking? How can we make it better? And really just helping with that quality control. I'd say give it a try. I think there are risks really with any different move that you make and you're looking for staff. I found it to be more on the reward side. You get quality professionals and you don't have to worry about the overhead, which was our biggest thing. They come with the software, they come with the knowledge, they come with the training, they come with the hardware. And for, my position, that was really important because, that is where it gets really costly. And, I think that if anyone's thinking to dip their toe into it, I think it would be worth it for them, to at least try it out. And that I was pleasantly surprised and, I think they would be too.